Hiya. So this month I managed to read 18 books, but one of them was a DNF. So 17 and like 30% of another book. So let's start. First off, I read Heir of Fire and Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas for my reread of the Throne of Glass series that I'm doing, and in the reread both of them got 5 stars. I also read this copy is in Portuguese. I also read Elephants Can Remember by Agatha Christie. I think this was so short but a little bit slow going, and the reveal wasn't as satisfying as Agatha Christie usually is, so I gave this 3 stars. I read Under Rose Tainted Skies, and this was a 5 stars for me. It was really good. It's about a girl who has, I think her name is Nora. She has agoraphobia and she can't leave her house for like nothing. And it's really heartwarming and funny and sincere, and I related, and it was good all around. In the same vein of Under Rose Tainted Skies, I read Words on Bathroom Walls by Julia Walton. This is about a boy with schizophrenia, and I also related. It's also heartwarming, also really funny. I think the only thing that bugs me about these books about kids with mental health is that there's always someone who kinda breaks the wall. Like for the, I forgot his name, but for this male character, the thing that got him out of like a really bad moment was meeting a girl, Maya. And in Under Rose Tainted Skies, it's kind of the same thing. She met a boy named Luke. So I think these are tropes that always come with these sort of mental health books, and I really want to find a book that doesn't have that, even though these are great books. Next, I read Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This book, let me tell ya, oh my god. First off, this cover is amazing. It's so beautiful. It was definitely a cover buy. I was so into this premise of this book that I managed to buy the hardcover, and I was so anxious to read it, I bought the ebook. Oh, and the audiobook. So this was a letdown, a big letdown. The premise is that this girl, her cousin just married a guy in Mexico, in like not like really far from Mexico City. They live in a faraway place in this mansion, and she gets a letter from her cousin saying that something's happening. She's in trouble, she's in peril, and they're poisoning her, and to please come and save her. So Noemi, the main character, goes and to the high place, I think is the name of the place where her cousin is at, to see what's going on. And the premise is awesome, and Mexican Gothic, the name, everything it was supposed to be amazing, but it turned out to be so weird, so weird, and in a way that it didn't have to be. It didn't. It played no purpose, and I gave this 2.5 stars. What else can I say about it? Gross. It was gross. It was really gross. I have no problem about like gore in books and like scary gore, thriller, stuff like that, but gross. No. This was so gross. I read Avatar Imbalance, the 3 comics that come in this installment, and this was kind of boring. I gave all of them 4 stars, and I think it kind of was already done. The story kind of was kind of like a deja vu in my mind. Like, yeah, there's a city, and there's imbalance among the citizens, and Avatar Aang has to make the balance, and it was kind of done for me. I think I've read about that a lot. So this got 4 stars. I read Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. This was a really frilly high school girl story that I read just to get my mind off Mexican Gothic. It's about this girl who she's a model, and she's in high school, but stuff happened before the book that made her best friend not speak to her anymore, so she like has no one. I get it. And through the story we get to understand why the best friend stopped talking to her, and like now that she's in the throwaway pile of kids that are not popular anymore, she meets this guy, and they get really get along really well, and that's pretty much what the story is about. I finally finished What Paintings Say, 100 paintings, 100 masterpieces in detail. This was so big. I have to say I skipped a couple of paintings that I didn't have any interest in, but this was enlightening, amazing, great, would recommend to anyone. I read Howl and Other Poems by Allen Ginsberg. I gave this 4 stars. I also read The Dark Interval by Rilke. It's a collection of letters from him to other people, of course, usually talking about grief, death, and things that are dark, and his view and his take on it, and it was fine. I gave it 4 stars. I also read Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. I think I saw Lucy from the Book Bell talking about it, and I was interested in a good comic book, but I did not like this one at all. I think it had no plot at all. It was just crazy comings and goings of two main characters in I don't even know what that was, like a a a place with, where were they? It's a place with a bunch of pumpkins in the United States, where in autumn they have this, and it has like rides and stuff, and they just go through this place. They work there, and they only see each other at this time of the year because they work there. And it's mostly the main male character going around trying to find this girl he's into and running into obstacles, and in the end it was not worth it. So that's Pumpkinheads. I read Giant Days Volume 1 and 2 by John Allison, and it was fine. It was amusing, and that's at least something you expect to find in a graphic novel, amusement. So I gave it 4 stars to both. Actually, no, the second one I gave 3.5 stars. And lastly, I read The Evil Eye by Madhuri Shikar. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It's only an audiobook. It's like a performance, a whole performance with actors, and it's about this girl of Indian heritage living in the United States, and her mom and dad live in New Delhi, and her mom is like fixed on getting the main character husband, and keeps pressuring her and pressuring her, and when she finally finds someone who she wants to marry, she wants to date and possibly marry, things go awry. And it's a thriller, and it was thrilling and really well made. The performance was really well made, the characters were really well acted, but the story itself was just fine, so I gave it 3 stars. So these are all the books that I read. Oh, no, I read also The Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. That's the one that I DNF'd. You wouldn't have guessed it, but the one that YouTube is like going crazy about, BookTube is going crazy about, is the one that I DNF'd. I was not into it. I read 30% of it and just couldn't care. I thought it was boring, and I feel like I have to say I'm sorry, because 99% of the people love this book and I don't understand why, but I just thought it was kind of boring and slow going, and didn't like it. And I didn't, the whole thing is supposed to be like really cute, and you're supposed to feel for the characters, and especially the kids and stuff like that, and I didn't. So that's it. That's the 18 books I read in April, and I hope to see you soon. Have a nice week, an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.